Parak Nochlin Daf Kuf Chaf Aleph, sponsored the Refuah Shleima for Daniel Tzvi Ben Yocheved. Yesterday, the Gemara established a Gezerah Shava, a comparison between Hafaras Nedarim, annulling vows, and Shchutei Chutz, slaughtering outside the temple confines. One consequence is, although annulling vows require Rashi Matos, expert judges, 3 regular judges can annul as well. The verse regarding Shchutei Chutz states, Aharon uvanav ulchol Yisrael, applied to Hafaras Nedarim, permits them. One judge annulling must be an expert. However, Beis Shammai does not hold by the Gezerah Shava. How does he derive 3 regular judges can annul vows? The answer. A verse states, Vayidaber Moshe es moyadei Hashem el bnei Yisrael. Moshe taught the laws of festivals, including only 3 expert judges can sanctify them. Ben Azai excludes this requirement for annulment of vows unless annulled by 1 judge. Yesterday, the Gemara taught the terms Zeh Hadavar, used in reference to the laws of inheritance, limit the prohibition for daughters inheriting to marry into other tribes to the generation of the wilderness. The Gemara pinpoints the day the prohibition ended as Tu B'Av, the 15th day of Av. It lists other important events of that day. Number 1, Rav Yehuda's tradition was the prohibition ended that day because it was no longer relevant. Most daughters in the wilderness died out by then. However, one who did survive was still bound by the prohibition. Consequently, this day, as Yom Kippur, was partially devoted to shidduchim, finding a wife. Number 2, the oath taken by the tribes not to marry women from the tribe of Binyamin as punishment for the tragedy of Pilegish Begiva ended. The verse states, Ish mimenu lo yiten bito. Men from that generation should not give their daughters, not upcoming generations. It was determined on that day members of that generation no longer survived. Number 3, those destined to die in the wilderness ceased dying. Every year, Tisha B'Av, all affected by the decree, dug and lied in their graves, anticipating their demise. Each year, 15,000 did not rise the next morning. This did not happen the last year. They suspected an error in their calculation until they witnessed the full moon of Tu B'Av, realizing the decree ended. Until then, the clarity or intimacy of Moshe's prophecy was impaired. Number 4, Hoshea ben Allah, the last king of the 10 tribes, permitted them a pilgrimage to Yerushalayim. From the time of Yeravam ben Nevat's revolt against Rechavam, the son of King Solomon, he established a separate kingdom, preventing them from going up to Yerushalayim. 5, Hadrian did not permit the massacred of Beitar burial. Finally, on this day, they were granted the right of burial. The Chachamim added a 4th blessing, Birchas Hatov HaMeitiv, to Birchas HaMazon, to commemorate this miracle. Hatov, Hashem did not allow their bodies to decay. HaMeitiv, they were finally buried. Number 6, the day of axe breaking. They finished chopping wood for the temple pyres. The intensity of the sun's heat weakened on Tu B'Av. The wood chopped subsequently would smoke and be wormy. The lives of 7 righteous men span the history of mankind. Meshushelach saw Adam, Shem saw Meshushelach, Yaakov saw Shem, Amram saw Yaakov, Achi Ashiloni saw Amram. Eliyahu, who is still alive, saw Achi Ashiloni. Achi Ashiloni left Egypt and entered the land. He was a Levi. The decree did not apply to them. Their census was from the age of 30. The decree applied to those counted from the age of 20. Other exceptions to the decree were Yair Umachir ben Menashe. It did not apply to those less than 20 or more than 60, similar to a fixed erech vow to the temple. The value from the age of 60 is different. If you're enjoying Daf 5, please click on the link below, subscribe, and become a sponsor. Thank you.